Hello everyone, today I'm here to review the Euro Truck 2 Simulator demo, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So off the bat, you can pick a character and you can also pick your own truck and also a logo for your company. I thought this was really cool because as a demo, you would think they would limit the stuff you can do. You know, most demos, they would include one level or whatnot, but this demo is different and you'll see why. So they allow you to just to get straight into things off the bat, and they make you read like what's new and stuff. Obviously the game's old, so the UI is old, so I'm not going to criticize that too much, but overall it was pretty coherent to use, so no complaints there from me. And as soon as you get into the game, even though it's a demo, you can pick any headquarters, and that is so cool because as a demo, like I said, normally you're limited to what you can do, but the game straight up just says pick any location in Europe like you would in the actual game and go with that. So I went with Manchester because that's close to Leeds, and honestly I wanted somewhere close to home because I thought maybe, you know, the map would be resembling of that, but unfortunately it wasn't. But this is an old game, so I'm not upset about it. As soon as you load in, it greets you to the game, and it basically guides you through a very simple tutorial. You know, it shows you how to access the map and how to drive and stuff like that. Now, despite how simple this tutorial was, some people, not me obviously, might find it a little bit difficult. Some people, or not everyone, just some people. Anyway, it's not the point of the video, you know, some people get stuck on tutorials. I did it first try without restarting the game once and getting a bit upset, so that's all good. Anyways, after passing the tutorial first try without restarting the game once and getting upset, what you have to do is the game will give you a route to take depending on your location. For me, I believe it was Manchester, and basically this is just the game's way of telling you what it's about, and that is, you know, driving trucks from one location to another. Overall, I found this really impressive and pretty cool. Even though I don't really care about truck driving in general, I think it's just such a cool thing driving around the UK because I live there. Maybe this is just more of a me thing, but I think the game did it really well. It resembled how it would feel to drive a truck in the UK. I am going to deduct some points from the end review because they didn't make the weather grey and miserable like it is in the UK, so immersion was kind of ruined at that point. Also, there's this weird bug, right? When I was driving on the road, sometimes the game would just throw me off the road and make me purposely crash and get stuck. That wasn't my fault at all because I'm a bad driver. You know, stuff like that should be checked out before we release a demo, right guys? As you get closer to your location at the end of the drive, the game will limit where you can go from that point. This is the only time I've seen this limit in game so far, but you can see there's some yellow crosses that look pretty ominous. But one cool thing is, as you can see, when you go in here, the game will ask you how you want to deliver your delivery. And they each have their XP bonuses. You can hurry, you can play it safe. I just played it safe because that's the middle ground and I'm a pretty safe person usually. But once you've delivered everything, it will tell you how long it took in game time, and it'll tell you your fuel and all your damage penalties, which I didn't have any of. And then when you continue, it allowed you to continue your company, and it told you all about what will happen in the actual game when you start your own company. Now, it did allow me to play more, but because I was limited on time, I didn't. But for a demo, the amount of freedom this gave you and how coherent it was to play was really nice. Because I'm not fully into trucks, I'd probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10, but that doesn't mean it's bad, it's just my personal preference. However, if you're into trucks and the United Kingdom and all of Europe, then this game is definitely for you. Although I think there is another one out, but I'm not sure. But if there is, definitely get it. I also really appreciate the simple UI because a lot of modern games don't have simple UIs anymore and they have a lot of complicated graphic settings and stuff, but this is simple and I like that. So props to the developers for that. Even though it's just a product of its time, I still appreciate a simple UI when I see one. Anyway, thanks for watching the review, and I'll see you next time.